Shalom. First of all, I'd like to start by giving all praises and glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Arkim doing this work in sincerity and in truth. Brothers posted this on the group chat, man. This is an article saying FEMA camps gearing up to provide necessary slave wage labor to U.S. corporations as manufacturing returns to America. All right, so in an effort to keep the economy going, they're gonna have to implement cheap labor and manufacturing goods from their own countries. All right, which also is an example of where America becoming which is a third world. Because a lot of the manufacturing got sent to countries with pretty much a poorer countries where they could pay people with I would say basically, I'm looking for a lack of a better word, but pretty much their currency is very devalued. But the dollar is becoming more devalued every day. So people who work, generally, the working class citizen, it's becoming harder and harder to survive on that dollar. Now, because of the pandemic situation, the global issue, a lot of people are becoming unemployed. And in order to, maintain those benefits from the system, especially over here in the UK, you have to be actively looking for work. So jobs like which pay minimum wage, a lot of people are going to have no choice but to accept, because the cost of living is going up, inflation, etc. But the wages is far, far behind, which only spells debt and hardship for the people living on minimum wage, or the slave wage as described in this article. The article reads, read your history and learn. You can't have a significant manufacturing base in any nation without slave wage. Labor. It was China's dirt cheap labor and horrific worker safety and environmental practices. So the West exploited that made China the manufacturing hub of the world over the last 40 years. So now it's time for the West to be exploited by its own, elites who invest in these manufacturing companies and foreign nations, hub of the world over the last 40 years. But with the Trump administration now systematically severing ties with communist China, for good reason, millions of manufacturing jobs are going to be coming back to America. All right, so, hey, you want to read this article, just type in the title on Google to read more about it, man. But ultimately, this smells doom and gloom for America. And, you citizens of America are going to go through a lot of hardships. And one of the main hardships you're going to go through is the lack of bread, the lack of money, and also the inflation of your best buy products. And the main thing you want to purchase is food, all right, and a roof over your head. So things are getting tight over there in America, man, and around the world. So this is a sign of things to come and the destruction of this world. So let's go to 2 Ezra 16 and verse 19. It says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." So when you see famine come and difficult times, you gotta understand, and and vexation, there's really a judgment of the Heavenly Father, for correction for you people out there, man. And that's happened to a majority of American citizens, people who are less fortunate or unable to sustain themselves through their own, businesses or investments. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals. So the Lord's gonna bring famine on you, because America's nothing but wicked. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. So the Lord's put a spirit on Trump to sever ties with these nations, but ultimately that's gonna bring some heavy ass judgment upon its citizens. And it's marketed as a good thing, bringing work to the U.S. People ain't got a clue that they shall think themselves to be in good case. All right, so you had your period of time where things are being made cheaper, and right now, when it comes to food in these restaurants, they're bringing the price down. Over here in the UK, anyway, Monday to Wednesday, I think it's like 50% off in these choice restaurants, commercial restaurants, man. But then it's unsustainable because of the demand, and also because of the the little that everybody's got. There's only so much they can spend it before there's nothing left, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. Salakia, my eyes jump around. All right. So hey, man, these are the things which are forecast to take place upon the earth, man. And things are forecast to get a lot worse. So anyway, with that, I hope you brothers were edified. Until the next video, I'ma say shalom.